real win for a lot of people who are professionals is to work from home, work remotely, and never have to go to the office and get their work done and get paid. But what if we take that a step further? What if we say that you can work from any country in the world of your choosing, you get the same work that you do in the office done, albeit remotely, from your favorite island, from your favorite city, from your favorite nation, and then you still get the same money you get at the end of the month. Now that will add a lot of peace of mind to a lot of people that I know, and it will also help them mentally as well. Keron Rose, digital strategist, welcome back to the program this week. Thank you very much for always being here with us, Keron. He joins us from Thailand.
Thank you. And Ryan, always a pleasure anytime we get to chat. And I'm glad how you broke that down in the opening. It puts people in the right frame of mind for today's convo.
Yeah, this is a really interesting conversation. And it's an interesting conversation on two fronts. On the first front, a lot of Trinbagonians would like to get to that point, and we are yet to get to that point. But it's also happening in many places in the world. So for instance, you want to give us some lessons for Trinidad and Tobago on being a digital nomad in Vietnam. I'm going to start by asking you, so let's break down what a digital nomad is, and then why Vietnam.
Yeah, so digital nomad, keep it simple for everybody. It's somebody who is able to work from anywhere. So they're not just able to work from home, they're able to work from anywhere. And they tend to travel the world. So they'll just go and move to another country. Travel doesn't have to mean, every single week you're in a different country, but you're moved to another part of the world. And again, because you're able to work from anywhere, whenever you decide to go and, work from a beach in Bali, you can up and you can go and do that. So digital nomad, anybody who is using technology to work, and then they're able to work from anywhere.
All right. Why Vietnam has become a location that a lot of people who want to work from anywhere in the world is choosing Vietnam?
Yeah, so it's really interesting, the migration stats that are happening, or the migration change that are happening right now. We've seen over the years, countries like the US have announced they've been closing their borders. We now see that they're rejecting a lot of green cards and whatnot. They're telling people, they're not allowing people to come in like they once were. Same thing in Canada. Canada has reduced immigration into the country by almost half because of the migration crisis over there. And it's the same thing happening in the UK. And all of these countries have been the three countries predominantly that we've all been migrating to for generations. So now that these countries are closing their doors and the cost of living in those countries have skyrocketed, other countries are receiving some key benefits. Income Vietnam. Vietnam has been rated as the #1 most affordable country in the world for the fourth year in a row. Most affordable country in the world. Now Vietnam is taking advantage by investing in amazing infrastructure in some of their key cities, like their beach city, which is like Da Nang. It looks like Miami South Beach. Ho Chi Minh City, which is one of the more popular cities in the world. And then Hanoi, another city in Vietnam. So they're building up these cities, they're building up the infrastructure, and then you add in the fact that the cost of living is the most affordable country in the world. Now you start to see why Vietnam is rising on everybody's list and has become the fastest growing destination for digital nomads.
Yeah, they find that working from Vietnam, they can effectively, and I want to just push this point home, they can effectively carry out, they're not necessarily working, Keron, for Vietnamese companies. They're working for multinational companies, but from Ho Chi Minh, from Hanoi.
Yes. So that's exactly it. So one of the things that people could start doing and pitching to their companies, like if you really want to try being a digital nomad, I always recommend go to your company that you're already working for. If you are somebody that could possibly work from home, pitch to them a reduction in salary. They may be willing to pay you less, but allow you to work from anywhere. And now you go and live in a country like Vietnam, where $1,000 to $1,500 covers almost all of your expenses. So that's roughly around 6,000 to 10,000 TT dollars, and all of your bills are paid from food, rent, electricity, right? And or if you're not doing that with your company that you're working with, you could apply for companies that are hiring for remote for remote jobs. That's the other option. Or you have people who are freelancers or content creators who are earning money from their content, or again, they're working with clients from around the world and they're able to now earn good money. Doesn't have to be as much, but that's also the plus as to when you could earn a little bit less, but then go and live in a country like Vietnam where you don't need as much to survive, but your money goes a lot further.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to our producer about possibly trying to host a show from Ho Chi Minh sometime next week. But what are the benefits? I talked a little bit about mentally, it can help a lot of people with their mental health, just being in such an environment, working from home, perhaps they get a lot more done. What are the benefits to being a digital nomad, you feel, Keron?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is the choice, right? Right now, anytime you talk to anybody in the Caribbean about where they want to migrate to, they say the same thing: the US, the UK, Canada. And then when those countries shut down their borders, they have no idea where to go, but they're still stuck in a lot of the same situations as to why they want to leave. Maybe they're not getting the academic opportunities that they want. Maybe they're not getting the job opportunities that they want. Maybe they just want to go and live in a different country and experience something else, right? But we don't see a lot of people that are migrating to countries in Asia, in Eastern Europe, or in South America. So if you want to become a digital nomad, one of the biggest benefits is now you have more choices of countries to choose from. Because right now, as of right now, there are over 66 countries that have a digital nomad visa. And it's going to continue to grow because countries have realized digital nomads already come with their income. They come with their jobs. They're not taking any of the jobs away from any of the locals, but they're an immediate cash injection into the country without taking away jobs. And they spread that money out in the communities because guess what? We still have to buy groceries. We're still going to want to try different experiences. We want to try their street food. So the community sees a lot more money when digital nomads are coming in. So you're going to have way more choices as more countries roll out their new digital visas. If you can start getting remote jobs, or again, trying to figure out if you can work with your employers to work remotely, then it's going to open up more options for you.
A lot of people who are watching this interview right now would say, God, I love that idea. I would love to try that idea. But my company or the business that I'm into doesn't really, allow for it. And it's not because they have to be there physically, Keron. It's because in Trinidad and Tobago and other parts of the region, we just haven't gotten to that level of thinking despite going through a COVID-19 pandemic. What would you say to business owners who really have the opportunity to move their staff more digital, to a more friendly digital staff, meaning that the staff can work from home, they can work from the beach, wherever, once the work gets done, really? What would you say to those businesses, particularly in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, first and foremost, the World Economic Forum has said that over the next 5 years, there are going to be 92 million job titles that will no longer exist over the next 5 years. But there's going to be 175 new million jobs coming on board. Companies are going to transform. Companies are going to run leaner. People are going to have to upskill. Right? If businesses want to survive, they're going to have to run leaner. They're going to have to lean into the technology. And then if people want to remain marketable moving forward, they're going to have to upskill. And a lot of the skills that you're going to be learning now are going to be digital skills or things that you're going to naturally be able to do remotely. We just seen a surgery being done by an Italian doctor perform a remote operation on a client in China. That just happened. So even surgeons are going to be able to work remotely, right? The other thing is the talent pool globally is going to be moving around the world. If you want to be able to tap into the best talent, especially in the Caribbean, if you want to tap into the best talent, you're going to have to be able now to allow your citizens to work from anywhere, because if they move because of whatever the reasons are, you don't want to just lose that talent. But then also, you might also find skills in other countries that we don't have locally. So you want to be able to set your business up to have remote talent coming in, because the best talent you're going to be able to access, chances are, is going to be remote.
Yeah, I had to read that article with the Italian doctor and the Chinese patient twice to truly grasp. It was impossible. Like, I was halfway through the article, and then I was like, no, this doesn't make sense. You know, so I restarted it. But Keron, you also have another agenda when it comes to digital nomads.
Yeah.
You want Trinidad and Tobago as a nation to start thinking about becoming a digital nomadic friendly country, meaning that there are people all over the world who think, wow, I would like to go to Trinidad and Tobago and do my job in the UK, do my job from Asia, do my job from Africa, to come here and to enjoy the rich spoils of nature in Trinidad and Tobago while doing their jobs. You want Vietnam to also be in Trinidad and Tobago.
Absolutely. And let me read off one stat for you, right? Thailand released their destination Thai visa, their new 5-year visa last year, August. That's the visa that I'm on right now. That's what I came in on, right? That visa came out last year, and they released an article yesterday that over 35,000 applicants had applied since they rolled out that visa. The visa itself cost about $300 US to even file for it. So just on the visa fees alone, they've earned over $10.5 million. If you look at the average salary of a US citizen, let's just say the majority of those people that came down were US citizens. The average salary in the US is about $66,000 per year. That would mean that Thailand added almost $2.3 billion US dollars into their economy. Now, again, they have the space for that scale. I'm not saying TNT needs to go in that scale, but the digital nomads are coming with their income. And as you said, you just called it a wide variety of currencies. People are going to be coming with their pounds, they're going to be coming with their US, they're going to be coming with their money and spending that money locally. So if we start to now position TNT as a digital friendly space, one where we have clear visas, because as I said, I'm on a 5-year visa, right? So the visas are not unlimited. We need to have proper structured visas because we do see there's a lot of content creators who are in Trinidad and people keep asking, but how are they able to stay this long? And it's simple. They just leave before the 3 months is up and then they go somewhere and they come back. And there's no real structure to that. And that's why they can keep on doing it. So if we have real structured digital nomad visas, it could be a 1 year and they have to renew every year. It could be a 5-year, whatever the case is. We could start to now attract people who want to live in the Caribbean. And then TNT is still cheaper cost of living than most of the Caribbean islands. We all know that. And who doesn't want to live in Tobago and just be in Tobago 24/7? So we have things to offer, and this would be a great destination for digital nomads to take a look at.
Digital strategist Keron Rose, thank you very much for breaking down what could be a very complex topic for us, and also highlighting the numerous opportunities, not just for Trinidad and Tobago, but for Trinidad and Tobago citizens who, like you said, might just want to experience another nation for a while, but they can't stop working. Well, they can continue to work, albeit in a different country. Always appreciate you breaking down these things for us, Keron.
Always a pleasure, Ryan. Take care.
Can't wait to see you next time. Digital strategist Keron Rose talking to us here on The Morning Brew. He has a lot of fans, by the way, in this country with the work that he does in terms of digital. Let's take a break here on The Morning Brew. We'll be right back.